What's up everybody, Kyler2000 here, welcome back to another video, and today we have my WrestleMania 37 reactions. We're covering both nights at once because I didn't have time to do any reactions for night one yesterday because yesterday was my birthday. So let's not waste any time, we've a lot to get into, so let's get straight into it with night one. And the show opened up with Vince McMahon coming onto the stage, thanking the fans, welcoming them all back. And then we cut to the intro, came back, weather delay. So yeah, WrestleMania set off with a weather delay, 40-minute delay where they just were kind of filling in time trying to find superstars backstage to cut promos. I actually thought the majority of the promos were pretty good. They were obviously like unscripted promos on the fly, which I felt like they made them more personal. They made them like allowed the wrestlers to show their true characters and how they feel about the character that they portray on screen. And I hope that, seeing how successful these unscripted promos were, WWE, they kind of move away from the heavily scripted promos and kind of go back to what they used to do with bullet points. So yeah, hopefully that is something that we see in the future. Then Bobby Lashley, Hulk Hogan, of course, or not Bobby Lashley, sorry. I looked down to see the card as I said that, but then I thought about Titus O'Neil and Hulk Hogan, the hosts of WrestleMania, of course, then started off the show, kind of just just discussing the show. Titus O'Neil, of course, got a big pop. Hulk Hogan got booed, which was interesting, and they like tried to cover it, especially on night two with piped in crowd noise, but you could still hear the boos. But we'll get to that later. And then opening up the show, Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre, WWE Championship on the line. I liked this match. It was everything it needed to be. Two big men just going in there having a big hoss fight. Just very good match. I really like Bobby and Drew. They have great chemistry together, going back to like TNA where they feuded for the Impact Championship. And now here WrestleMania opening the show, and Drew McIntyre was defeated by Bobby Lashley. I did say in my predictions, I did kind of want Bobby to not just be a transitional champion, so I'm happy he did one. But I'm also kind of surprised they didn't go with Drew to give him that moment he should have got last year. But yeah, happy Bobby got the win with the Hurt Lock in 18 minutes. The longest match of night one. And it's actually the second longest, just looking at night two. Second longest match of night, or the whole two shows. And it's still a World Championship match. It should be one of the longest matches on Mania. So yeah, I'm happy they got time, and they went out there, had a great match. Then that was followed up by probably the match between both nights that I just had no interest in. Natalya and Tamina won the Tag Team Tournament Royal, last eliminating the Riot Squad. Most notable thing about this match was Mandy Rose slipping on the ramp, making her entrance. Yeah, Tamina picked up the win with the Superfly Splash, and again, I don't know. There's nothing really to talk about. This match actually did get a lot of time. 14 minutes, 15 seconds, nearly 15 minutes. It is a tournament match though, so a lot of people to get in and out. There was 5 teams, and I was nearly close with my Iconics prediction. Billie Kay wasn't it? She did find herself a partner. They announced it on Smackdown up after I had recorded my predictions. But she teamed with Carmella. But like, why not Peyton? Peyton wasn't on the card between both nights. I don't think she's injured. Like, why just throw her away, Carmella? Like, imagine the pop the Iconics would have got reuniting, especially with a crowd there. But whatever. Tamina and Natalya won. Cesaro then defeating Seth Rollins in probably my second favourite match of night one. If I was to rank my top 3, I'll get to that later. Well, first off, I thought the Smackdown match was the best. Then this one, then Bobby and Drew from night one. But yeah, I really did enjoy Seth versus Cesaro. Cesaro picking up the big win that he needed. Hopefully this means WWE get behind him, start to give him a bit of a main event push that he deserves. Yeah, Awesome match as expected between these two. Some great spots. Like they really worked around the swing as well. It was kind of the story: how many swings could Cesaro get? And he did 20 something times, I believe he swinged them. He did the UFO, which is the no hands airplane spin. He used that on the indies a bit. So yeah, he bust that out and picked up the win in 11 minutes. Yeah, very good match as expected between these two. Raw Tag Team Championships, AJ Styles and Almost defeating the New Days, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. I liked this match. It was what it needed to be. And as I said before in my predictions, I was very excited to see Almost. And I believe they worked this match around him and made him look like a star. The match, the first half of the match was New Day working over AJ in the corner, trying to separate the ring, not allowing AJ to make the tag, and they worked the match around the tag, and like so much that once AJ created space, the look on Woods, I believe, was the leaking man's face when AJ was able to get free and make the tag, because he knew Almost was about to step in, and the way they sold Almost coming in, Woods and Kingston made Almost look like a big deal. And yeah, AJ and Almost picking up the win. I really liked how they made Almost look. I loved how they built around trying to get him in. And once he came in, and how the New Day sold, the look on their faces, the expressions, and just the way they sold. And then when they sold his moves and all, they made Almost look good. So yeah, I'm excited to see more of AJ and Almost as a team, and hopefully more New Day and matches against them. Because yeah, I think the New Day are perfect to help make Almost look good. Of course, Kofi and Woods, great wrestlers themselves, and they can sell great. So yeah. Steel cage match: Braun Strowman defeats Shane McMahon. I'm not going to waste too much time on this one. Two key spots: Braun ripping the cage to drag Shane back in, and then Braun throwing Shane off the cage. Shane taking a nasty bump. Into the ring from the top of the cage, and Braun Strowman got the victory, and yeah, just kind of destroyed Shane, as he should have. And yeah, I thought I wasn't really looking forward to this match too much, but it was alright. It did the job. It made Braun look good. Shane taking a few nasty bumps. Not much to complain about. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest defeat Miz and John Morrison. As I said, I wasn't really I don't really care too much about Bad Bunny. I'm not a big fan of, I don't listen to his music, and I only really heard of him once he started doing stuff for WWE. I'm not saying he's not like a big name, and it's just someone I haven't heard of before. And like all celebrity matches, I don't really care too much about him going in. But like Shaq in AEW, I didn't really care about him, but they delivered in the match, and they did deliver here as well with Bad Bunny. Like, he bust out Canadian Destroyers and all. And yeah, they got a good bit of time as well, 15 minutes. Third longest match of night one. The only matches to go longer were the main event and the WWE title match. So yeah, Bad Bunny getting a lot of time here and impressing, shining. As I said, breaking out moves like a Canadian Destroyer. He did the deal, which is a Falcon Arrow. And yeah, you could tell that he was, I know the video was building up to it, they were saying he was a wrestling fan. And you could tell that he took this serious and he is a wrestling fan just from what he was doing. Like, he even held on to the tag rope. So, yeah, my only problem is I think Priest should have picked up the pin instead of Bad Bunny. I don't know how long Bad Bunny's sticking around. I don't know, I feel like this could be a one and done. Because on night 2, they did show a video promoting his new tour with Triple H. There's a video helping promote. But I believe the tour wasn't starting until 2022, so maybe he does stick around a bit longer. But if he doesn't, and this was just a one and done for now, I feel like Priest should have picked up the pin, especially on The Miz, because I believe it was The Miz who did take the fall. Miz was WWE champion a month ago. So, yeah, if him taking the fall to Bad Bunny and Bad Bunny's just going away, it doesn't help The Miz, it doesn't help Morrison, and it doesn't help Damien Priest. It doesn't short him, because while Bad Bunny was there, it kind of brought eyes to him. But I feel like they should have used while the eyes were on this match with Bad Bunny. I feel like they should have had Priest pin Miz, get a win at WrestleMania over a former 2-time WWE champion in The Miz, and help elevate Damien Priest. But yeah, that's just the only thing that kind of nitpicking about this match. I feel like Priest should have picked up the pin. Then, one of my favourite matches over both nights, definitely my favourite match of night one, I've already mentioned this. Sasha Banks defends the Smackdown Women's Championship against Bianca Belair. Of course, Bianca picking up the win and capitalising on the momentum like I hoped they would. This match was awesome, a lot of great spots. Sasha did a dive to the outside, Bianca caught her roll through, Gorilla pressed her overhead, walked up the steps, threw her into the ring, a nasty hair whip, and like scarred, that you could see scars on Sasha, just sounded nasty. Yeah, really enjoyed this match, definitely want to check out, and I'm happy Bianca got the win here at WrestleMania. Then moving over to night two, again started off with Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil, this time dressed as pirates, and you could this is kind of where the piped in crowd noise was really, really noticeable for Hogan. They tried to cover it with cheers, but you could still hear the boos in the background. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. And I can't remember the exact placement on the card, but we do see Titus and Hogan later on. I'm just going to mention this now, because I can't, as I said, I don't remember the exact placement. And there was a bit later on where Hogan and Titus come back out, and Bayley comes out and trying to like act like she's the host. She gets pyro and all this, and then the Bella twins come out, attack Bayley, and I feel like this was meant to be a big, good feel moment. You have new Hall of Famers in the Bellas. You have a legend. No matter what you think about him, if you look at White on in wrestling, a legend in Hulk Hogan, and Titus O'Neil, who's just a great guy. And you feel bad for Titus because Titus was getting cheered, but then Hogan and the Bellas got booed. So yeah, when they attacked Bayley, it was kind of an awkward moment. It felt more like a Bayley face turn than like this big feel-good Mania moment with the Bellas and Hogan and all. Yeah, it just was a bit awkward that way. I feel like this is going to set up a Bellas Bayley match or something, because weren't there rumours of the Bellas returning sometime this year? So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Also, while on the Bellas, they did, as they normally do at WrestleMania night one, they had the 2020 class come out and on the stage and get cheered on, and they did the same with the 2021 on night two. So anyway, let's get into the matches. Randy Orton and the Fiend opened up WrestleMania. I loved how they done the like transitions with the Fiend, going from burnt Fiend to regular Fiend, and then the entrance with the Box and Alexa Bliss. I thought it was really good. And then the match started. It was okay. Also, before we get into it, Randy Orton, great WrestleMania white gear. Hopefully we get an action figure of that gear. It was awesome. Yeah, this match didn't deliver, and I don't think it's on the talent. I think it's on the booking. I feel like the Fiend should have came out of the box, destroyed Randy in like 5 minutes, because they did go 550 and get the win, but Randy got the win here, and it was kind of strange. Like, the Fiend was in control for the majority of the match. Randy would like try to fight back, but the Fiend was in control. But Alexa, then like the lights go out, Alexa came out of the box and she had like black goo and all coming out of her. And it was weird. I feel like they were trying to say, this is Sister Abigail, Alexa is Sister Abigail. I feel like that's what they were going for. But yeah, like Fiend was kind of distracted. RKO 1, 2, 3. Randy gets out. And then like kind of Fiend's kind of annoyed, staring at Bliss like, what just happened? What is going on? And I was like, okay, like what is going on here? And then the lights go out. Everyone disappears and the crowd boo. And they weren't booing the Fiend. They weren't booing Alexa Bliss. They were booing this kind of weird angle. Like, what is going on here? And why is the Fiend losing? They could have still done this with the Fiend winning. Just have the Fiend beat Randy in 5 minutes. Like, have the match go the way it did, but have Fiend get the win. And as he's there, like, as soon as the 3 count hits, lights go out, Bliss comes up, as like this, like with the going on. As I said, I imagine this is meant to be Sister Abigail. Lights go out and they're gone. That would have been awesome. But, like, why is the Fiend losing? Like, like, Randy burns the Fiend. The Fiend comes back. And then loses. Like, what? It just makes no sense. But, yeah, let's just move on. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler successfully defend the WWE Women's Championships. Yeah, all over the place. I'm very tired after staying up to like 4 a.m. for the past probably 3 or 4 days, literally the past 5 days, because I stayed up for both nights of TakeOver, spring break, and both nights of WrestleMania. So 5 days in a row I was up to 4 a.m. So sorry, I'm very tired. Jax and Baszler successfully retained. This match was alright, nothing special, nothing terrible. Very surprised with how long this match went. It was the second longest match on this on night 2, after the Universal Championship match. They went 14:20. There's no need for this match to go 14:20. Take 5 minutes off this match, and especially when we get into later matches. And I'm going to mention the time in these later matches, because when you look at the length of this match and look at the amount of time Apollo Crews and Big E got, Kevin Owens and Sami got, this match should not have gone this long. But anyway, it was alright, nothing special, but it went way too long. Speaking of Owens and Sami, they were up next. I actually really loved this match. I'm happy. I wasn't sure what to think. Of course, I love Owens and Sami. There's stuff as Steen and Jericho. That feud got me into PWG. It got me into Ring of Honor. So I was so happy to see them get a Mania match against each other 1-on-1. And I was a bit annoyed when they added Logan Paul in, but he was a non-factor. They just kind of cut to him sitting ringside, kind of reacting like they would with the crowd. So I didn't mind it too much. He didn't get involved in the match. So they allowed Sami and Owens to go out there and deliver like they always do. And Kevin Owens defeated Sami Zayn. Watch this match. I love it. I love Sami. I love Kevin. So to see them get this match was great. After the match, Logan's kind of getting in Kevin Owens' face. Sami's like, no, leave it. And I believe Logan, does he push Sami? So hopefully this is kind of a Sami face turn. But yeah. And then Logan grabs Owens' hands, he's raising it. And I knew as soon as he raised, the way Kevin was looking at him, I was like, he's getting stunned. Please stun him. And he did. And to be fair to Logan, he did take it good. I liked the way he sold it. It looked like he actually got stunned. It wasn't really an over the top selling, but it also looked good. So yeah, but these two, they went 9 minutes 20. I feel like they could have been given more time, especially with how long Nia and the match before this went. There was no need for that previous match to get 14 minutes and this only get 9. Maybe it should be switched, or maybe give this match an extra 2 minutes. Take 5 off that, give this match an extra 2 minutes, and give another match later on that will get to another 2 or 3 minutes as well. But yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, really love this match, and I like how Logan Paul was basically a non-factor up until he got stunned. He didn't take away from the match, and in fact it was a kind of great moment. The pop Kevin got for actually stunning him was great. Next up, Sheamus defeat Matt Riddle to become the new United States Champion. Of course, big Sheamus fan, I'm Irish. I'm happy that he won. This match ruled. as I said in my predictions, these two style-wise, perfect match, and they delivered physical matchup, a lot of striking. The bro kick at the end looked vicious. There was the point where Sheamus hit a big knee on Riddle, and Riddle, like, his mouth was busted and all. Like, this was what it needed to be. This was perfect. And yeah, they got 10 minutes. It was the right amount of time for this, like, big physical matchup. And Sheamus picked up the win. And then the IC Championship match, Nigerian drum fight for the IC title. Apollo Crews defeating Big E. And this is the match that I think, this is the match that I think definitely should have had most time. I believe it's the shortest match between both nights. They go 6 minutes, 50 seconds. So just under 7 minutes. So we'll just round it up to 7. Like, 7 minutes for Apollo and Big E. They should have got more time, if you ask me. The match itself was still very good. No DQ, so there was a lot of weapon use and all. So yeah, I feel like they could have been given 2 or 3 extra minutes just to make it, to show what they could do. So, like, yeah, take like 5 minutes off the Nia match, give 2 or 3 extra to Kevin, give 2 or 3 extra to this match, and I feel like it would have been perfect. Apollo picked up the win. Before we get onto the finish, I want to say Wale performed Big E's music, and that was awesome. So yeah, Apollo picked up the win with I believe Dabo Kato, is that his name? He used to be Babatunde, I remember him from the Greatest Royal Rumble. So yeah, outside interference, Apollo picked up the win that he needed. Big E is kept strong. So yeah, it was perfectly done. I would like to see Big E, like I said with Cesaro, I'd love to see Big E, this be the time for Big E to move up to the main event scene. And with the result of the main event, I feel like both of them would be the perfect choice. But I feel like Big E, maybe go with Cesaro first, and then save Big E for SummerSlam. But we'll get to that a bit later. Rhea Ripley defeated Asuka. This match ruled as well. Asuka hit a DDT off the apron. The finish was nice. Asuka, like, missed the kicker, like something. Rhea grabbed the Riptide 1, 2, 3. Just the transition into the Riptide was perfect. It came out of like nowhere, really. Like, it was perfect counter into the Riptide that I didn't expect. Rhea picked up the win again, capitalizing on the momentum like I hoped they would. And yeah, Rhea Ripley finally picking up the big win. I was kind of scared that they won't. It's not that I love Asuka. I was kind of scared that they wouldn't capitalize on Ripley again, like they missed out last year. But they didn't. They learned the lesson, and they capitalized on Rhea's momentum, and she picked up the win. And then main event, triple threat for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defeats Edge and Daniel Bryan. This match was very good. Of course, Jey Uso was there, so there's a bit of interference. But yeah, I did enjoy this match. Of course, Roman probably had the best year of his career last year. Daniel Bryan, one of the best in the world. Edge, Hall of Famer, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. So yeah, I really enjoyed this match. Roman picks up the win, and he pinned Bryan and Edge at the same time. He like put one on top of the other, pinned them both. Looks strong, like doing that, and yeah, again continuing on his momentum. I thought if there was a time to take the belt off Roman, it would be here at Mania. Especially with a triple threat, you could have had him not take the fall and keep him strong that way. But they decided to keep the belt on Roman and keeping him strong, or kind of putting him over even stronger by pinning both. But yeah, again, he did have help with Jey Uso, but yeah, and kind of that's what I'm saying. Maybe to fill time between now and SummerSlam, you can have him and like Cesaro. I feel like they'd put on great matches, like physically, and like Cesaro with the uppercuts of Roman with like his moveset. I feel like they'd be a good mix, and they'd be physical matches. And then you could have Big E at SummerSlam dethrone Roman and become the new Universal Champion. I feel like Big E, with like, he is a babyface, like he is a big like fan favorite, like he is a great face, and I feel like having him dethrone Roman would be incredible. And I feel like you need to do that at like a SummerSlam. You can't just do that at Backlash or at. But yeah, overall, really enjoyed WrestleMania. If I was to pick which one I enjoyed more, I lean more towards night one. Night two had a lot of good stuff, but it also had a lot of bad. And yeah, I feel like night one didn't really have that much bad stuff. If any, I don't really think, because like the worst thing on night one would probably be the turmoil, and that was just average. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was bad, but yeah, I feel like just because I feel like there was a couple of bad stuff on night two, that I lean more towards night one. But yeah, I really enjoyed WrestleMania. It was great having a crowd back. It's gonna be weird. I might check out Raw, but it's gonna be weird going from a crowd at Mania to no crowd at Raw, because I believe they're back in the Thunderdome. So yeah, kind of interesting to see. The Raw after Mania normally is a great one, but it's mostly because the crowd reaction. So Raw after Mania without no crowd, I might check it out, I might not. But yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of WrestleMania 37. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one.